The question whether machine elves are good or evil seems to be the one that I have been reading in the comments ever since I started making these videos. In fact, the more the psychedelic community grows, it seems the bigger the opposition to the concept of machine elves in religious circles, and I feel this needs to be addressed now before we get into some weird fantasy territory. It is an important issue for many, and I want to make sure it is clear what my understanding of machine elf intentions are. For more than 3 years, my view on machine elves has been extremely positive. I had nothing but amazing contact with them, and it was only when I started interacting with you guys that I learned that some of you have negative experiences and that many don't ever meet good machine elves. In fact, my latest contact with them was started by the entities making an observation that I've changed. It felt as if they were a bit surprised, and they said, "There's something different about you. It seems you're not only having impact on other people, but also they, as a collective, have an impact on you now." And it's true, because in recent months I started thinking, am I so lucky that I don't meet the bad machine elves, or is it possible that they are generally good? I feel it is my job to clarify this, and before I do this, I need to say that I think we all have a job here, and for many of us it is to help as many people as possible. You can do this by helping me build a structure to communicate the 434 values of love with those who need help. Watch the plan video to understand it better. It's easy, and you can do this through Patreon, PayPal, Subscribestar, and cryptocurrency. You can find all the links in the video description. I will start from explaining my perspective on machine elves. After 4 years of interaction with the entities from other dimensions, I can say I have only positive experiences. And here's why. They cured my depression. They solve all of my problems I come to them with. They give me answers to all of my questions. They gave me instructions and manuals on social interaction and navigating this life. They give me the most amazing interdimensional psychotherapy sessions. They let me be friends with them, supporting me, cheering me up, and allowing me to talk to them about my deepest secrets. They help me connect with dead relatives, providing closure when necessary. They give me gifts in this life. The path that led me to having access to psychedelic experiences was a gift from their dimension. They communicate with me from the outside world when I need them, or even when I'm not aware that I need help. They help me fix my personal problems with family members and friends. They switch off my ego when necessary to allow me to see my true self so that I know who I really am and so that I can work on myself. They make me happy and make me a better human being. They allow me to be smarter. They gave me a purpose in life. In fact, I think it's safe to say they actually gave me a new life. And I know that they did the same thing for many of you because you tell me this every day. They help me connect with you, because what you don't know is that this channel is made by using instructions that were given to me from them. The reason you listen to me now is because of their help. By the way, say thank you to them if you get in contact with them next time. It's their job. The list of the reasons why they are good is not complete because I still have a 40-page book with all of their advice and wisdom that all of you will benefit from for years to come. But watch all of my videos, see the values they communicate with me, see what machine elves are about. These videos are saving lives. People message me saying that these videos stop them from killing themselves. Others are saying that they don't feel alone anymore, that finally they see there's more people like them. Machine elves are saving people in this reality. There is one more important thing about them. Machine elves told me that they're part of the creator. They are speaking from the source. If you think machine elves are evil, then you must believe that God is evil. Of course, there are bad entities too. I met them on a heroic dose when I was completely defenseless, and I still occasionally meet them when contacting the good ones. They occasionally try to trick me by pretending to be a good entity. I used to foolishly believe them, and they would drag me into their dark dimensions. Okay, now let's talk about why people believe machine elves are demons. My observation is that it's always religious people who say that. Usually people who've never tried psychedelics. In fact, these people are always talking in a way as if they were the experts, which, to be honest, baffles me at times. My question to these people is, can you define a demon? Does it fit the machine elf profile I'm presenting in my videos? Where do you see or meet these demons? Because from my observations, it seems the most skeptical people are those who've never had any psychedelic experiences, who never had contact with machine elves, who are very close-minded, and who are very difficult to convince about anything out of their comfort zone. Yes, as you might guess, I think most of them are quote marks humans. It is definitely a very subjective experience because the way I see it is that one of the reasons why I think machine elves are good is because I only attract the good ones. They give me a list of reasons why they picked me to give people these important messages. I didn't need interdimensional entities to know that I'm very different than the rest of people, both in a good and bad way. But this combination must have been the reason why I know only good machine elves, why they decided to contact me. No one would benefit from this information if I was being contacted by evil entities, and the 434 messages of love, joy and hope would have never reached any of you. Who knows, maybe there are no bad entities, because even when you meet the bad ones, they still have a lesson for you to learn from. Some people are saying that I'm being deceived or tricked into believing they're good because the rest of their agenda is evil. I'm not stupid and I'm not naive. I wouldn't be telling you about them if I didn't make sure that what I'm talking about is good. I've never seen any signs of deceptive communication or any type of manipulation. They've never asked for anything in return for their help and wisdom. They are not afraid of the name Jesus or any other gods. They have absolutely no problem in answering all my questions. They are not hiding anything from me, although there are some messages that I'm not allowed to access for my own good. And that I know very well. This is something I'll talk about some other time. Listen, if I ever see any indications that things might be going in the wrong direction or that they're trying to be deceptive, I will stop communication with them long before anything can happen. I don't believe anything can happen because they don't really control anything in this reality other than sending us occasional synchronicity messages. I will talk about their methods of communication with us, but it's just messages. They do not get involved in this reality. Just watch the Adjustment Bureau. Some of you have been saying that the fact they will not let me look at them is a red flag. And I was talking about this in one of my previous videos. They clarified the issue of their appearance to me in my recent contact with them. They said the reason I should not be paying attention to their appearance is because it slows down an already slow communication process. They explained to me that they want to communicate with me as much as possible, and my human brain doesn't allow me to do that efficiently. Paying attention to their appearance takes away the focus and energy that is needed for transmitting as many messages as possible. They also told me that they take a piece of me to create an image of themselves, so it doesn't really matter what they look like. There's also another thing that I observed. It seems that the type of machine elves you meet depends on the type of psychedelic you use. Although we all get the same messages, majority of bad entities I heard about from you was from LSD and smoking DMT. It seems the natural ones, like salvia, mushrooms and ayahuasca, allow for a more positive contact. So my conclusion is this. I've been collecting and getting information about spirituality, other dimensions and UFO for almost 2 decades. There's a lot of things that I know that I'll never talk to anyone about, and there are physical entities here whose behavior and actions we would definitely consider as extremely evil. But the machine elves from other dimensions I'm in contact with are good. There's a tiny chance that at some point in a few years' time they say, okay, it's time to pay up, and all of it turns out to be an evil plan. I don't rule out a possibility like that, but I don't have a reason to think that it might happen. Neither do you. I mean, think about the video that I made about dangers of magic mushrooms. I went through a 2-hour nightmare for you because they told me that mushrooms are not for everybody and that I should be very careful not to harm people, and they wanted to give me a lesson. Would a bad entity worry about you guys? The history of humankind is not filled with demons. It's actually filled with good people pushing this world forward. People full of love, joy and hope. This world was created based on machine elf values, the 434. If you still believe that everything they have done so far for you and me is bad, so be it. If that's your definition of evil, I'm fine with it. If spreading love, joy and hope is a mischievous plan, I don't have a problem being a part of it. In the end, all that matters is that we create a better world for ourselves and future generations, and we will only achieve it with love, which is the opposite of evil. Love 434. Please read the video description and join me on all social media.